So the name of the poem which we are to learn today is The Sun Rising. Again, it is a somewhat long poem. There are 3 stanzas. But this topic is well known to all of us. We have heard a lot about the sun rising. Every day we witness it. Those who are getting up late might not be watching the sun rising, but generally those who go to school early or people like you who attend the classes in the morning will have to wake up early and see the sun rising. It is the part of the nature. Every day the process is taking place, happening. We like it, and there are lots of things related to opening of the day and the sun rising. Most of the poets have written poems on this thing because ultimately we know that the day begins, it brings freshness, and life begins to throb upon the world. Especially the romantic poets have written a lot on this subject. In any literature, if you find the sun is the central subject, where at least something might have been written by one. In Indian philosophy also, we have lots of poems on sun. We consider the sun as God, and because it is the full of energy which he distributes to all of us. We can imagine that without the sun there is no life. Everywhere darkness prevails. So light means God. And not only in Indian philosophy the sun is worshipped, but throughout the world the sun is considered as the God. In South America, you must have heard about particular cultures, that is in Chile, where also on the peak of Machu Picchu, we have found the relics of such kind of temples and some of the images of the sun which have been carved upon the stones. And even Greek mythology and Greek culture also, we find the poems on the sun. In India, we have some temples on which rather they are devoted to the god the sun, but we know that we don't have any statue or any idol that is of the god sun. Most of the sun temples are having no any statue, because the sun outside himself is the god residing in the temple. You must have seen the Modhera Sun temple, or uh, some sun temples found in Saurashtra also. I am very much attracted towards this thing because I had the chances to see some of them. I have written also an essay on these 2 sun temples. They are near Surendranagar, Than. Both the sun temples are uh, situated at distant places, nearly 20 to 25 kilometers, but people have worshipped them and it has become the center of somebody's and other lots of people's faith. So that is how this background is about the sun rising, chirping of the birds, fresh air, everything is lighted, the beginning of the day, people come out of their uh, sleep and refreshing themselves. So, if you think that this background is related to this poem, then you will be surprised. I gave you this because uh, this is what we think when the subject of the sun comes in the poems. It is traditional thing which we generally expect, but metaphysical poetry is not the traditional one. It is something different. The poets don't touch the subject in the uh, routine manner. They always have some different ideas on these the subjects, and hence the things which I have discussed you will not find in this poem. But I gave you the picture because it is necessary that when we read the title of the poem, such ideas would come. And metaphysical poetry shocks us. And when we read the first line or the opening stanza, the ideas would be different. Things we will find differently. So, not the routine thing, but something different related to sun rising. And you know that uh, these poets are having uh, different revolutionary nature, as I always say. They always challenge the subject and challenge the traditional methods. Same way it is also done here. Well, the theme of the poem is uh, the love is all sufficient. It means here is the poem not about the nature or the object of nature, that is the sun, but sun is only a medium to vent out uh, the poet's feelings, and hence uh, the poem describes love. Love is everything. That is what the poet wants to say. It is the same theme of the poem. The poet wishes to say that uh, nothing is missing when one has love. Love is the complete world. Love is everything. When you have love, nothing misses. Uh, the whole world is included, part and parcel of love. So the element of love, or rather you can say the feelings of love, and love for here, not the love for God or love for nature, that is the sun, but here love is indicated for physical love and love between man and woman. So here, in a way, if we can say that the poet wishes that he is beloved, so love should be said as everything. So that is what the theme is. So that is how the title and the content of the poem, they are what different. Summarizing is okay, but here in the poem, summarizing is a disturbing thing to the lovers. You will say that how the sun rising can disturb, right? Rather, the sun rises outside of the home. It is far away from you, and personally, it doesn't come, or it has not the form that it can disturb to you. But here, the poet thinks the sun as the person, and not the good person, a bad person, one who ruins somebody's happiness, and here somebody means the lover's happiness. The narrator is unhappy with the sun. He doesn't like that the sun should come and disturb them, so he's very angry to the sun. So this is what the poem is. Let's read the poem now and we understand uh, what the poet wants to say, rather what the lover uh, says in terms of this particular object, the sun rising. Busy, old fool, unruly sun, why dost thou, though thus, through windows and through curtains call on us? Must to thy motions, lovers, seasons run. Saucy, pedantic wretch, go, chide, late schoolboys and sore apprentices. Go, tell the countrymen that the king will ride. Call country ants to harvest offices. Love all alike, no season knows, nor clime, nor hours, days, months, which are the rags of time. Wonderful stanza. So, opening is again like metaphysical poetry's open is shocking. Here, the lover has no reverence for the sun. He chides the sun. He is very unhappy. He is furious in a way you can say, very, very angry. And the person who is very angry know what sort of his language would be, not the sophisticated one, abusing. Here, the abusing tone, rather the wrath of the poet, rather the lover, has come out. And look how the sun is referred, and that is uh, stunning to us. We never think that the sun is a fool, a senseless person. Here, the poet considers it as senseless. Moreover, um, two adjectives here you will rather four adjectives mark in the first line. Noun is the sun. And what are the adjectives? Number one, that is busy, busy sun. Number two, old sun, fool sun, unruly sun. These four adjectives show that how angry the lover is. Busy means the sun remains busy in spreading the light everywhere, giving warmth. That is how we understand the word busy. Means you remain busy somewhere else, that is okay. It is your part and parcel of duty. You should do it. You busy, but here busy means you are sparing time for us to disturb rather than remaining busy over there. Here, to busy lovers, you are disturbing. Another adjective is old. When we refer the adjective old to a person, uh, we consider the person as the weak or a person who generally begins to forget memory or certain things. You know that old is always considered like the child. Child and old people both are same. Uh, Very difficult to explain them certain things. So here, old means you are very weak. You don't know what you should do, and still you are doing. You have forgotten your senses. You lost your mind. You have no reason, and that is how, without any cause, you have come to here. So that is how sun is considered old. Here, old is not in the terms of maturity or wisdom. Here, old stands for negative meaning. Busy also stands for negative meaning because the tone of the poem is negative, of anger, the poet's chiding, scolding. So these are the two objectives. Unruly, once a person who is having no manners, ill-mannered, no etiquette. We expect these things from a common person, and especially one who is old, refined, cultured will have etiquettes, and one's etiquette always influence the other. We appreciate some people with these attitudes, but here uh, the son is having no such etiquette. He is missing them. He is uncultured, unrefined, and his influence is not good one. Rather, uh, it causes ill temper in the poet's mind. So that is how unruly. And fool is also the object. There is no need to explain you how fool is related to the sun. These adjectives uh, describe the poet's anger for the sun. It means he is totally out of mind. Actually, rather, he has forgotten what etiquette and what manner one should have even in chiding or scolding to someone. Rather, the sun has caused such kind of a warm uh, nature in him. So this is the first line. Busy, old fool, unruly son. Now, again, let me tell you that here the poet directly addresses the sun. Uh, so sun is the listener and the lover is the speaker. And the setting must be the writer's, sorry, the lover's home. And the time must be of the morning because the sun has risen. Why dost thou thus? Archaic line. Why dost thou thus? Why are you doing certain things in this way? But what does the sun do? Let us see. Through windows and through curtains call on us. The sun is visiting the lovers. The sun comes through windows and curtains. Uh, Remember that the sun will not directly come to the room. Its rays through windows and curtains do enter into the lovers' rooms. Here, it is actually uh, like seeing or rather peeping into somebody's room, and that is a very nasty habit, a nonsense thing. One shouldn't do it. Here, the sun peeps through the lovers' rooms. How ill-mannered it is to see what the lovers are doing or to see what people are doing in one's particular room. It means, look, this is the uh, thing that the lover is very angry. Oh, son, you don't know. You are looking into our room. You want to find, rather, think that what we do, it is a private matter. We are lovers. We have our time, and you have no any right to see or peep looking into somebody's room, and you are doing this. Is this the way to visit us? Is this the way to look at us? So that is the anger. The sun peeps through lovers' rooms, through windows and through curtains. And here visiting means the sun rays have come. Look, that is the personification the poet has used as the sun is watching the lovers. And lover has found out it. Otherwise, sometimes if the lovers are having their own time, they will forget what the world is doing, what other people are doing, whether somebody is watching to them or not. It is an immaterial thing. But here, these lovers, or rather, the lover has found out that somebody is at the window, somebody is behind the curtains and watching them, and that makes him uh, full of temper. And look, the anger question mark is there. Is this the way to look at us? Should you come and visit like this? Full anger of the poet. must to die motions, lovers, seasons run. We know that the seasons run by the force of the sun. The sun pushes the world, the sun pushes the time, the sun moves the life, and that is how changes in the world come. And here, uh, this is the non-matter. And the poet says that, do you think that lovers' seasons run like this? Means, if lovers have seasons, are you the person that can push us? Meaning is that lovers' time is not caused by you. Lovers are not moved by you. Lovers have no cause that they are influenced by you. You cannot do anything to the lovers. For seasons and everything, the parts of time, morning, night, months, autumn, fall, monsoon, sunny days, wind, all these things you do. But this is only for the people, those who are living outside our room in the world. It is a common matter. You do all things for them. It is your duty. But for lovers, these things are not there. Mind well. It means here the poet goes against the traditional things. The things which happen in day-to-day life does not take place in lovers' day-to-day life. It means the seasons and the time and everything that is moved, given life by the sun. But that is not taking place in the lovers' life. Lovers are untouched by the sun's activities. That is how he says.